In chess, beginners are taught to castle often, castle early, as the saying goes. Well, not always. And if you're a bit of a rogue beginner or a more advanced player, you'll know that sometimes delaying castling and just going for a big attack can be more profitable. So in this game in the Caro-Kann, they take en passant. I just develop my queen. I think it's better to take with the pawn here, but queen out is okay. I just get the bishop out. They get some pieces out. And the first decision comes here at this point. Now, the pin isn't very good because queen protects, bishop can slide back, pawn can kick my bishop. If slide back, we block in the pawn. Very horrible move. So it's either really slide back, and if they take, I open up my rook, which is sometimes good. But in this position, I think if this and they take, it's obvious where I'm going to castle. So it gives the game away, and they can start attacking down here, castle this way. And in opposite side castling situations, or potentially opposite side castling situations, the person that moves first often just starts the attack and wins. Especially in like 5-minute chess, the person who's attacking generally just wins, because it burns your opponent's time to try and defend. Whereas attacking moves often come really naturally. So I just play this pawn push just to open my bishop up. And then they blink first. They castle. I'm in this flexible position where I'm not giving them any information where I'm going to castle. I've got my poker face up. They blink, right? And I can launch the first attack. Now, Engine says castling here is okay, but this is what the video is about. It prefers delaying castling and just going for the big attack, because the person that throws this first punch is often just really good. So here they counterattack, going after my queen. Now, I could move my queen, but it's a bit slow, so I just take for tempo. And now I go after their queen. They try and trade queens. And here the Engine says I should play here, maybe going after the pawn. But they'll just trade queens. I already know they're scared. They see my pawns coming down the board. And this isn't something which the Engine analysis will tell you guys, but I could feel the fear of this guy. He was trying to trade queens. He knew my pawns were coming at his king. So I thought, no, I'm not going to trade queens. Even though this isn't the best move, psychologically it's a win for me. So they come after my queen, and I move queen here, piling up pressure on this pawn, threatening to sack a bishop and get in with check. So they defend that, and then this is where the game is just lost. They give me one too many tempos, one too many opportunities to crack in at their position, and once I play this move, it's falling apart for white. So they start trying to retreat their king, and I take, and already my rook is now opened up. Bishop can come in with check, and they're nowhere near launching a counterattack. In opposite side castling situations, guys, you've got to counterattack. You can sometimes defend the position, but it's often really hard to defend. And you know, there's rare situations where you can create a little fortress, but your best bet is to counterattack, right? So they take with the rook, and I just take. I think white's just a little bit desperate at this point, and here tries to crack in the center, because thematically, if my king's in the center, you should crack in the center. But realistically, this just doesn't work. I just take, and yeah, I sort of use this check to maybe re-centralize my queen, but I end up taking with the pawn anyway. This is a sort of a futile gain of tempo on my queen, because I gained the tempo right back. Now, I could here have gone for this idea. But actually, after this, I do win the rook. But like in this position here, sorry. Here, I could have won the rook, but they would have had some sort of counterplay on my king. Like maybe coming in with the queen here, coming in with the bishop. And it's actually better to just castle. So I only castled when I absolutely had to. And if we look at the Engine, it does say castling's the best move, ahead of queen to the corner. So guys, hope you go out there and just like, if you're going to use this strategy, be really careful, because often, you know, if you don't castle, you can just get ran over if you forget and they give you a check, and you know the game can just be over. But if you do scan for checks, you know, you can get away with delaying castling. And as you saw in this game, I just took my opponent's head off early on, castled, and I cleaned the game up just by attacking down the open file. Traded the queens, push the pawn. And after a few little measly attacks on my rooks, I think I sacked some material here late on. I just sacked because I knew that even if all these pieces get traded, just the king and pawn endgame is winning for black. So I sacked the exchange there, knowing that this pawn will push to promotion, or this one, or this one. So hope you enjoyed that, guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.